And suddenly, as we're about to get in the car, we feel this tap on our shoulder, and we look back, and who is it? It's the Republicans. And they say, excuse me, we'd like the keys back. And we got to tell them, I'm sorry, you can't have the keys back. You don't know how to drive. You don't know how to drive. If you want, you can ride with us, but you got to ride in the back seat. We're putting middle-class families in the front seat where they belong. You ever notice when you want to go forward in your car, what do? You put it in D. If you want to go backwards, you put it in R. I don't want to go backwards. Let's go forward. Go forward. I want to go forward. Look, because of the steps that we've taken, we no longer face the possibility of a second depression. The economy is growing again. Private sector job growth has happened 9 months in a row. But look, everybody here in Nevada knows we've still got a long way to go. We've got a lot of work to do. A lot of folks are hurting out there. Families are hanging on by a thread. A lot of folks are seeing their homes lose a lot of value. A lot of foreclosures out here. It keeps me up at night. It keeps Harry Reid up at night. That's what keeps us fighting. Because we've got a different idea about what the future should hold. And it's an idea rooted in our own lives, because neither Harry or I were born with a silver spoon in our mouths. Our families were working folk. And we understand how hard it is sometimes. But we understand that government doesn't have all the answers to our problems. Government's got to be lean. It's got to be efficient. We believe in individual initiative, but we also believe, in the words of Abraham Lincoln, that government should do for the people what they cannot do better for themselves. We believe in a country that rewards hard work and responsibility. We believe in an America that invests in its future and its people, in the education of our children, in the skills of our workers. We believe in an America where we look after one another, where I am my brother's keeper, I am my sister's keeper. That's the America we believe in. That's the choice in this election. If we give them the keys back, the other side is going to keep giving tax breaks to companies that ship jobs overseas. We want to give tax breaks to companies that are investing right here in Nevada. Companies creating jobs here in America. Small businesses. American manufacturers. Clean energy companies. We want solar panels built right here in the United States of America. We want wind turbines built right here in the United States of America. We want electric cars built here in the United States of America by American workers. If the other side gets the keys, they say they want to give a $700 billion tax cut to the top 2%, millionaires and billionaires. They don't have the money. The only way to pay for it is to borrow some money from China and then to cut education spending by 20%. Now think about this. Here we are in the 21st century where everybody knows that the country that educates their people the best is going to succeed the most. Do you think China's cutting education by 20%? Do you think South Korea or Germany or India are cutting education by 20%? Those countries, they're not playing for second place. And neither does the United States of America. We play for first place. And that's why Harry Reid and Dina Titus and Shelley Berkeley. That's why Democrats in Congress helped to take away tens of billions of dollars that were going in unwarranted subsidies to banks, and they shifted those to fund college scholarships for young people all across the country. Millions of young people getting more help to go to college. That's what this election's about. That's the choice that we face. When we give tax cuts, we want to give tax cuts to middle-class families who need help. They deserve relief. We don't want the special interest to be back in the shotgun seat. They've already promised to roll back Wall Street reform. They've promised to roll back health insurance reform. We refuse to let that happen because I don't want your health care denied just when you need it most because insurance companies are playing games. I don't want you to have to pay for another Wall Street bailout. I don't want credit card companies to be able to jack up your interest rates whenever they feel like it without giving you notice. That's the old way of doing business. We've got a new way of doing business. We're moving forward. We're not moving backwards. That's the choice in this election. We believe in rebuilding our infrastructure. I just came into Las Vegas Airport. We're doing work right there, putting people back to work because of Harry Reid, because of Dina Titus, because of Shelley Berkeley. We need to make sure that we've got the best infrastructure in the world. We're not going to have better airports in other countries than here in the United States. We can have better roads and bridges and broadband lines. We've always had the best infrastructure. We need to continue that. That's the choice in this election. And by the way, another choice in this election is making sure that Social Security is there, not just for this generation, but for the next generation. We're not going to privatize Social Security, not on my watch and not on Harry Reid's watch. That's a choice in this election. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. We've got some big problems because the same special interests that we've been battling for the last 2 years, they're fighting back hard. They want to roll back the clock, and all across America, they are pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into a bunch of phony front groups running negative ads. Have you seen some negative ads out here? You don't even know who's sponsoring these ads. They have all these names like Americans for Prosperity, Mothers for Motherhood. Actually, I made that last one up, but they're spending without limit, keeping their contributions secret. They don't even have the guts to stand up for what they say they believe in. And we don't know who's funding them. Is it the oil industry? Is it the insurance companies? Is it speculators? They won't tell you. They won't say. They don't want you to know who's bankrolling all these negative ads. This is not just a threat to Democrats. This is a threat to our democracy. And Nevada, the only way to fight it, the only way to match their millions of dollars is with the millions of voices. All those folks who fought for change in 2008, we've got to fight for change in 2010. So this is where all of you come in. You have to vote, everybody. Now, I just want everybody to know, we've got early voting here in Nevada. And if you go right across the way to Boulevard Mall, if you get in line before 8 o'clock, you can cast your ballot right now. Don't wait. Don't wait. If everybody who showed up in 2008 shows up in 2010, we will win this election. So let me just say this. You know, in 2008, a lot of you got involved, some for the very first time. Some of you knocked on doors. Some of you made phone calls. Some of you talked to your neighbors, talked to your friends, because you understood we were at a defining moment in our history. You believed that this was a chance for you to make some history, to help finally move America in a better direction. You understood that what happened today was going to shape the lives of our children and our grandchildren. That's the reason you got involved. That's why you worked so hard. Some of you for the very first time. And I know sometimes over the last 2 years, as we've been grinding out change, doing battle, dealing with filibusters, dealing with obstruction, dealing with the no you can't crowd, I know sometimes you might have gotten discouraged. You know, you think back to election night 2 years ago, you think back to the inauguration, and Beyonce was singing, and Bono, and you think, boy, that was so much fun. And then the work of bringing about actual change is so hard. And sometimes you may get discouraged and lose heart. And maybe as you travel around Nevada and you see all the foreclosures, somebody in your family still doesn't have a job, and you say, well, maybe what I did didn't really make a difference. But I'm here to tell you, Nevada, don't let anybody tell you that what you've done didn't matter. Because of what you did, there's somebody in Nevada who's able to get their cancer treatments without mortgaging their house. Because of what you did, there's a small business owner somewhere that kept their doors open in the depths of recession. Because of what you did, there's somebody who's going to work every day on that construction site. Because of what you did, there's a child somewhere that's getting health care. Because of what you did, there are 100,000 brave young men and women who have come back from Iraq. Because of what you did, America's a better place. But we've just begun. We're just in the first quarter. I can't have you tired now. I can't have you tired when we're just getting started. Look, change has always been hard in this country. This country was founded when 13 colonies came together in a revolution that nobody believed could happen, except they believed. They founded this country on ideas that hadn't been tried before. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Nobody believed that the slaves could be free, except they believed. Folks didn't believe that women could win the right to vote, except women believed. Nobody believed that we could get workers' rights, except workers believed. There were a lot of folks who said we would never get civil rights, but we got civil rights because somebody out there believed. Imagine if our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents had said, oh, this is too hard. Oh, I'm feeling tired. Oh, I'm feeling discouraged. Oh, somebody's saying something mean about me. We would not be here today. We got through war and depression. We have made this union more perfect because somebody somewhere has been willing to stand up in the face of uncertainty, stand up in the face of difficulty. That is how change has come. And that's the spirit we have to restore in 2010. And if all of you are going to go out and vote, all of you knock on doors, all of you are talking to your friends and neighbors, I promise you we will not just win this election. We just won't elect Harry Reid, but we are going to restore the American dream, the Vegas dream, the Nevada dream for families, for generations to come. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.